Hello, welcome to Andertons TV. My name is Jack Duxbury, he's the Maltese Falcon. And in this quick video, hopefully, I'm going to show you how to insert a 251 and when you can insert a 251 into pretty much any regular pop song. Sounds crazy, right? But I think I can get it through to your little brain. Let's go. First things first, with 251s, you have to like and subscribe on the channel. Because Felix says so, and Felix also puts chapter markers in. So if you want to skip ahead, you want to hear less of me talking, have a look in the chapter markers down below. But this is about 251s. I've got another video that will be out that will show you a really quick and easy way to play one. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just watch another video on the channel. That'd be great. But if you're interested, I've got this quick ghetto method of playing a 251 that I'm going to show you now as well, which is traditionally in C, a 251 would be D minor, G7, and C major 7. And in this video, I proposed that you could play it all with one hand and moving really one finger. Very quick way to do it. Now, the meat of this is you're playing a song, and that was we're all playing songs, right? This is the goal that I wanted to learn when I was younger. I used to hear people go, oh yeah, like just put a 251 it. Yeah, like just 251 it. I was thinking, what are they talking about? And how does this relate to the stuff I'm playing, which is not jazz? I'm not a jazz piano player by trade. I was playing songs like Price Tag and Ed Sheeran numbers. And sometimes you can hear these things on posh arrangements when you're watching TV award shows and stuff, and the band, like the gospel band, are playing it. That's how I think about it. So let's get into the theory of it right away. For our test subject, let's use Stand By Me. Okay, Benny King. Bum, bum, bum. There's other videos where I show you this is my quick and easy way to play C major, and a great way. If you're new to the piano, check out that video as well. But in this progression, something happens that I think whenever you see this arise in a song, you may have the chance to crowbar in a 251. And that's when a chord movement goes down a major third. Let me explain. So the first chord change goes from C, when the night, to A minor, which is down a minor third. But here we're going down a major third. And in that little gap between, so I'll sing it, Dodgy. We've got a window of opportunity. It's a bit like in Street Fighter with a special bar, and it's like, and you can pull off your special move. This is what you do. Because we're moving down from A to F, the distance of a major third, this is how my little brain thinks about it. Here we have A minor. This is what the left hand will do. Now, I'm going to get to the point. The whole bass line of Stand By Me is going to go. That's the sound of a 251. Because in between that A minor and F, the descending major third interval, we can crowbar in our G minor, the 2, and our C7, which is the 5, to F. I'll do it in context and then we'll run it back. Okay, so we jazzed it up a bit. And it's about the timing. It's about waiting for the end of the bar, and we have that opportunity to put the G minor. You could play it if you don't want to use my ghetto shape. You could play it traditionally like this. Any way you want to play your G minor 7 to a C7 or a C11 to F. Does that make sense? Let's, it's a tough one to get in because it really is starting to develop your ear. And the reason why I'm telling you, I think the trick is to look for the descending major third. For example, Price Tag. I said earlier, Price Tag. It's an old song now. Most people, when I have kiddies in there, like, Jesse, who? But I used to do this all the time at weddings, right? So, everyone's got a price. I wonder how to sleep at night. Now, I'm like, I was playing that gig once, and I thought, don't like the singer very much. I'm going to F with her a bit and throw some inappropriate chords in. Now, first change. Up to F to A minor. Then we've got D minor. Get what I'm thinking? I'm not seeing a descending major third yet. But alas, I've got a B flat coming up. And if you analyse the relationship between D and B flat, you'll see that that's a major third. So I can crowbar in my 2-5-1. Here we go. So I'll do it in context. Now, this is the idea why I call it crowbarring. Sometimes, like anything with when you're trying to like, build your kitchen or anything, I'm trying to build my kitchen at the moment, I'm failing miserably. But I sometimes just have to jig it in a bit. Now in that, the tempo was moving a bit faster than Stand By Me. Stand By Me is that easy. We got all this space, we can laboriously just move through our 2-5-1. But here I kind of had to rattle through it pretty quickly. Now I also, to make it fit, I put a little 11 at the end. And I used to kind of see it as like, oh, like these little levels I could build up. So I would start adding more levels. Everyone's got a price. When I sleep at night, when the truth comes out, just stop for a minute and smile. And I'll probably do videos on these other little bits, but hopefully you can hear it there. One other example is, because loads of these songs have it in. You can even, in a minor context, Black and Gold is an old one by Sam Sparrow. Now, I'm saying, I tell you what, E minor to C is a descending major third. Completely different flavour of song, and you might not think, but we can crowbar in a 2-5-1 because we're going down that major third. Do you get me? So, now here I'm going to show you another part of the 2-5-1 soup, which is often it's not just a... Often it's a chromatic 2-5-1 that people want to have come out of their fingers. So what does that mean? It just means we're going to put one chromatic chord movement in between the original chord and the two. So check this out. I'm on an E minor. Now, I could just go... But I'd rather do this. You see what I mean? And there, all I did was, I mean, this is a big posh one. But I love that voice. I moved it down chromatically. Again, that's my 2. That's my 5. And that's my 1. But I know it's not my 1. And this is where people get lost. Because we start talking about numbers, you go, but what key am I in? Listen to this little tidbit again. I'm kind of showing you this. Just look at your chord sequences that you're playing in your covers. Ed Sheeran, Perfect. I made so much money, I'm Ed Sheeran. Now, there's a E minor to C. What have we got? We got a descending major third. So it might sound completely inappropriate, but that's what sometimes... I'm going to give you a word of warning about that. That's one little thing as well. If you put a third in the bass after you've done a 2-5-1, oh, people lose the will to live. A word of warning about this. You've seen me already get a bit off track. Probably not explained it very well. Hopefully, again, remember, look for the descending major third, and in between those intervals, so if the major third was A to F, your brain should be thinking, okay, I'm going to play the 2-5 of F, because that's where we're going, regardless of the key you're in. You might be like, but Jack, I'm in a different... It doesn't matter in this, and that kind of shows you how violent it can sound sometimes. And you've got to be very wary of what situation you use it in. I would only get this out if when I was younger, I was trying to show off, I was trying to F with a singer. Maybe I was in a room where I was trying to kind of show that I had these kind of chops, and it's hard to use it tastefully, because often the Falcon made a great point. I said, how do you think about 2-5-1s? He said, I just think of it, well, it's either just there or it isn't in the progression. And this tip is about inserting it where it wasn't before. So just like anything, do it with care. I hope that made sense. Really appreciate you if you stayed this long. Check out all the new videos we've got some cool stuff coming up at Christmas. Thanks very much. I'm going to insert a 2-5-1 into another function classic. Let's do Treasure by Bruno Mars. That's it, yeah. Now there's that breaky down bit where it goes, you are my treasure, you are my treasure, you are my treasure, you are. Now there I'm like, crikey, alrighty, I've got a C to an A flat. What's that? We've got a descending major third. So I can crowbar in a 2-5-1. You are my treasure, you are my treasure, you are my treasure, you are. See what I mean? I'll rest my case.